Hey, Greg here for Party File. Got Scott behind the camera. We're going to talk about Wurmwood again because he's a very complicated and powerful caster. And we're going to talk about another aspect of his control abilities, and that's Hellmouth. The spell Hellmouth. Hellmouth is a cost 4, range 8, POW 12 offensive spell, and it reads, if the attack misses, nothing happens. Wah, wah. But if it hits, before making the damage roll, push models within 3 inches of the model hit 3 inches directly towards it in the order you choose. Then center a 3-inch AoE on the model hit. Models hit suffer a POW 12 damage rolls. Models boxed by Hellmouth are removed from play. Okay, so there's a couple of important things to note about that. Since the model is pushed, it will be slowed down by difficult terrain. Also, that it RFPs models, removes them from play. And that means that Wurmwood will not gain souls from models destroyed by Hellmouth because it's removed from play. And you have to get the souls from models that are destroyed, not removed from play. So, what can you use Hellmouth for? When you first read Hellmouth and you're kind of inexperienced with it, you look at it as like, oh, it's like for clearing infantry or something like that. I can just hit one and pull a bunch of the little infantry in and blow them all up. It's fantastic, right? Well, that is one thing it can be used for, but it's not the most powerful way to use it. Hellmouth is a control spell in the sense that you can move models around the tabletop out of their activation to get them into positions that are going to be advantageous for you. So I've set up a little thing down here so we can talk about the application of Hellmouth. We've got Wurmwood and Cassius, a Sentry Stone that has 2 mannequins out, and a Pureblood. And the goal of this little operation is going to be to deliver the Pureblood to Vlad, even though Vlad is well out of his 10-inch threat range. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to pop a couple of Hellmouths. Wurmwood is a 7 Fury caster, but he can have up to 3 souls during your turn or your opponent's turn. At the beginning of your control phase, those souls turn into focus, so he can potentially have 10 Fury to cast spells. So the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to get our Hellmouth targets positioned so that we can maneuver the models on the tabletop with the pushes that we want to. So we're going to activate the Sentry Stone, and it's going to create a twig guy within its command area of 6 inches. And we're going to want to run the twig guys into position. I mean, in this situation, they could advance, but we're just going to run them for the sake of simplicity. An important thing to notice here is, or note rather, is that when you're casting spells, you cannot target models, friendly models that are out of formation. So in this situation with this guy, if I wanted to get him far enough away to move Vlad, he's out of command. He won't be targetable by my Hellmouth spell. So I have to make sure that wherever I put him, he's going to be in command. So this stone's going to have to shift up to make sure that he's in command. I'm going to position this guy as well. So there. So the objective is to hit this guy with a Hellmouth in the back, of course, because you get +2 to hit. And then the Hellmouth effect is going to pull Vlad closer to him, and then he's going to die. Because it's POW 12, it automatically kills the Twigmen. Same thing here. We're going to hit this guy in the back. He's going to pull the Pureblood closer, and then he's going to be RFP because he's only armor 12. So to do that, because it's only range 8, we're going to have to run Cassius to a position that he can see both of the targets and be in range of both of the targets. And he's happily in the back arc of both of the targets. Then Wurmwood's going to activate. He's going to spend 4 to cast a Hellmouth at this guy. We'll assume a hit. When it hits, Vlad is pushed 3 inches directly towards contacts. Then the damage resolved, you center the 3-inch AoE. This guy's automatically RFP'd. Vlad takes a POW 12. We can boost that damage if we want because we don't like him. And then we're going to cast our second Hellmouth over here at this guy. It hits because he's in the back arc. And it's going to blink like double ones to miss or something. Once it hits, you trigger the push effect. The Pureblood is pushed 3 inches directly towards the twig guy. The twig guy is automatically RFP'd because he's armor 12. This guy takes a POW 12, which won't hurt him substantially. And then we can affect our assassination because the Pureblood is now well within his threat range of Vlad. And Vlad's already taken a POW 12. Another way that you can use Hellmouth is for scenario play. I mean, what I've showed you here is for assassination. You can also use it for attrition to extend the threat range of your beast or to pull your opponent's heavies or targets that you want to destroy closer to you so you can destroy them. But you can also use it in a scenario play where if all you need to do is like get a heavy out of the zone, you don't necessarily have the resources to do that, or it's very dicey to do that, you can just get a model behind him within 3 inches, hit your model with Hellmouth, remembering that it has to be in command to do that, and then the enemy heavy will be pushed towards your model, taking him out of the zone, hopefully, or out of contention of the flag or that type of thing. So that is Hellmouth. It's a very strong spell, and once you sort of master it, as say Tom Guan has, you will be able to do things to your opponent that they really wish that you didn't. So we're going to do another video on Wurmwood because he's still more complicated. Check out our other videos on Wurmwood. See you later.